Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. This video is part 3 of the existence playlist. Today we are going to explore how come God is self-aware by nature. In my last video, I shared my perspective. God is an aspect within existence that is aware of itself. And I also shared how God is aware of itself as everything in existence, and how existence is one unbroken infinite consciousness. So let's explore the definition of consciousness. How do we define consciousness? Consciousness means that which is aware of itself as itself. Consciousness means self-awareness, being aware of oneself. You may think, how come God attained his self-awareness? How come God is aware that he is everything in existence? In order to become aware of oneself, or if you want to experience you as you, that self-awareness comes only by comparing you with another. There has to be a separation. There has to be a differentiation of oneself from the other to realize oneself as oneself. That differentiation is required. If there is no such differentiation, if there is only infinity with no boundaries or separation, there cannot be any experience of self. That is why I said in my previous video, God is an aspect of existence that is aware of itself. I didn't say existence is God, because existence by its nature is one unbroken, undifferentiated, unseparated, infinite consciousness, which means it doesn't have anything else to compare it with, to become aware of itself. So the particular aspect within existence, we call it as God. That one is always self-aware because it always gives off self-reflective vibrational patterns, reflecting within itself to itself. It is its nature to give off vibrations within itself, and by comparing itself with its own vibrating patterns, that one aspect of existence, we call it as God, is always aware of itself. All the patterns that were reflected within and by that one aspect also have their self-awareness naturally due to the comparison, because they are also made of consciousness. Existence is just one thing, one consciousness. All these patterns are unique aspects of the one, differentiated by unique vibrational frequencies, and all these patterns are called as God's creations. So, along with God, God's creations or God's unique expressions are also eternal. There is no beginning and there is no end, and there is no separation also. Since existence is made of one thing, to understand easily, imagine a firefly waking up in a hall of infinite mirrors and looking at its own reflections in all the mirrors from different points of views, different angles, and different perspectives. So like this, as an example, through its own self-reflection, God and creations became self-aware, and self-awareness goes on as infinite expressions. And thus God is aware of himself as infinite, and God is aware of himself as everything and the only thing in the existence. This is my understanding of God. This is my understanding of consciousness, self-awareness, and how God became aware of himself. Every creation is a unique vibrational frequency or expression or aspect of God. And every single reflection are not just simply reflections, but self-conscious and autonomous consciousness, connected with everything like a web, so to speak. And there is no separation whatsoever. Thus, that one is everything, and everything are simply that one. The one is all, and all are one. God is all that is. This is my explanation about God's self-awareness and creations. I hope I have explained it clearly to my level best. This is my perspective, which I have learned and understood from great selfless teachers. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. Thank you very much. Best wishes again.